Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today we're gonna do my September favorites. I have quite a bit of drugstore products, a few high-end products, some body care, hair care, some tennis shoes I'm loving, some jewelry I'm loving. It's quite a mix today, so let's dive in. Let's start with the makeup because I know that's why most of you guys are here. One product that will be no surprise to you because I can't stop wearing it is this Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. I first heard about this when the Taylor got me onto it in our collab video we did together. I can link above and down below. And she loves it, and so I really liked it when I tried it, but it kind of got pushed to the back of my drawer for a while, and so I've recently been reusing it the past few weeks, and I'm like, it actually works. I feel like my skin looks so much more blurred in my T-zone, and that's really where I've been focusing this. I haven't really been putting it out on the outer parts of my face, but it's just lovely. I've probably already used, once it actually settles, about this much of it, which, to be honest, it's pretty rare for me to find a primer I like enough to wear day after day after day, and this one I can't put down. And it's just kind of been hiding in plain sight in the drugstore, and I feel like it's been there a while, so I'm glad she got me onto this. And another thing is, I really don't love pore filling primers. There are very few I've loved over the years that I feel like do anything, but I do feel like this one actually does something. It really smooths out that area for me. It holds the makeup way better, especially on my nose, which is a trouble zone for me. So I just went and got my hair cut today, and I met a lovely subscriber. Thank you for saying hi. She always does my hair, and it looks so much better than I can ever do on my own. What is that? And she uses like a normal curling iron, and I don't know how to use a normal curling. I literally cannot. I've tried over the years, like the kind with the actual clamp. I can't do it. I just don't know how. So I just use a curling wand, but it never quite looks like this. Just kind of like light and airy, and I don't know. The next product is from Physicians Formula. These are as good, if not better, than high-end versions of these. So it's their Dewy Blush Elixir from their organic wear line. My favorite shades are Gorgeous Peach and Pinkberry. Really, they're my favorite shades because they flatter my skin tone. They have darker shades as well. I think they have 4 shades in total. All of them are the same formula. They're all gorgeous. I squeeze a pump onto my hand, and then I just kind of blend it out, and then I grab like a dual fiber brush, or kind of a brush that's not too dense because you don't want to just be smearing it across your face, and I'll tap it into it and then tap it onto my cheeks, and it's so glowy and pretty without being shimmery because there's no shimmer to it, but it actually stays in place too, and that's a huge part of it. I feel like there are a lot of blushes I've liked over the years that maybe the staying power isn't quite as long as I'd prefer. These stay in place really well, and the packaging is cute, and I just like, they're still $13, so they're more expensive for drugstore. I mean, we all know drugstore prices are just creeping up by the quarter. Like every week, I swear, the prices just keep creeping up. But they really are good. I just did a quick search before filming, and these are still only available on Physicians Formula's website, unless you could maybe randomly find them in a store near you. Hopefully they're eventually expanding it out. I don't know, but I know you can buy them on Physicians Formula website. Honestly, if you're thinking about placing an order, their whole organic wear line that they just launched is really nice, so you really can't go wrong if you wanted to try a few other products, but these are definitely my favorite. Next favorite is from Sephora, but it's actually, in my opinion, compared to like Physicians Formula, totally drugstore price. It's $12, and it is the Sephora brand Retractable Eyeliner. They're waterproof. They have like 20 shades. So many colors, but then of course they have browns and black and stuff like that. This one is so creamy, so creamy. But not only that, and the reason I love it is it's so creamy and it stays in place, but if you also like to be able to smudge your liner, you totally can smudge it with this. And I don't know, man, like, I just feel like it's so easy to work with. And for those days where I'm not doing like gel liner or liquid liner, and I'm doing a quick like smudge liner look, this is what I grab for, and I can't stop using it. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you just saw my Sephora try-on video, you're thinking, Jessica, you've been using that a week. Actually, I filmed that like 3 weeks ago. You can tell how old it is because my nails were a different color and they already needed to be redone. And now they're yet a different color and they already need to be redone. So it was like 3 weeks ago. But so I've been using that a while. I really genuinely like it, you guys. I'm telling you, it's one of the best ones I've found at that price point. I'm considering that drugstore because apparently $12, $13 is drugstore prices now. This one took me by surprise, completely by surprise. It's the Benefit Boi-ing Cakeless Concealer. I didn't think I would hate it. I wouldn't have bought it. But when I was swatching it in Sephora and deciding if I wanted to buy it, I just fell in love with the packaging. And I was like, you know, Benefit has been known for some decent concealers over the years. Why don't I give this one a try? Bold claim saying it's cakeless, you know, You guys, this is an amazing concealer, period. I have used this every single day. I'm almost positive every single day since I discovered it a few weeks ago. Again, in that same Sephora try-on video. There's something special about it that makes it blend really, really quickly. Of course, I'm doing that over that eyeliner. But it's got decent coverage. I would say medium coverage. And it actually stays the way it should all day long. And what I mean by that is when I first apply it, I'll notice a little bit of creasing. So I'll wait a minute, I'll tap the crease in, and then I will powder it. So I do powder this one, and it actually stays. And I don't think it's suddenly the powder, because I certainly have powdered many, many concealers over the years. This one really looks pretty all day long. So I'm wearing it today, and regardless of just my fine lines that just live there, it really looks nice and it looks good in person. And I think that's a big problem I know I have, I'm sure a lot of you guys have, where, you know, you're wearing a concealer and it looks pretty good when you apply it, but as the hours go on, it starts to look kind of crepey and weird. This one looks the least so, and that's why I love it. I mean, it really is like one of the only concealers I felt this strongly about in probably a few years. There have been ones at the drugstore I've also really enjoyed. The new CoverGirl one I think is lovely, and they're actually kind of similar to each other. I think that one doesn't look as perfect by the end of the day, but it's awfully close. So don't feel like you have to spend the money. That CoverGirl one is really, really nice. I can link it below. Next one's an oldie but a goodie, a rediscovered favorite. So in the midst of trying, maybe. I have a whole basket of cream drugstore products, bronzers, blushes, and highlights I've been working through to do a ranking video, kind of ranking my favorites, least favorites at the drugstore. Well, I somehow managed to rediscover this really expensive one, the Charlotte Tilbury one, because I've been using a lot of bronzer sticks. And this one is actually a liquid bronzer with a little sponge tip. It is an absolute mess. I need to clean it. I didn't close it when I traveled, so you actually have to close the thing by turning it. And so it's just a mess in this cap. But I'm almost out of this, and I don't think it's just because of the mess. I've been using it a ton. What I've discovered, I really like just doing a few dots here. It's what I'm wearing today. A few dots here and a few dots here, and then using a brush to blend it in. And it ends up, it's probably one of the most seamless bronzery, contoury products I've ever come across. It's just seamless. It's kind of like that trick of using a darker shade of foundation for your contour. It's a similar thing because it's a liquid as though it's a foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's expensive, but this is one I will repurchase when I run out. I know I'm gonna run out and I know I'll buy it again. I just genuinely really like it, and it's so easy to work with. Another favorite I've mentioned in some other video, and I don't remember what it was, but I don't think it was a past favorites video, is the SheaMoisture Glow Getter Pressed Serum Moisturizer. The idea of this is so lovely to me. It's around 13 bucks at Ulta. I just double checked, they still sell it. And it's got Manuka honey and yogurt, and the claims are that it has vitamin C, which can help boost your radiance, kind of improve the look of your skin. Yogurt extract has lactic acid, so it encourages like cell turnover. And then Manuka honey says it restores antioxidants, and it's got nutrient-rich hydration. Okay, wow. Powerhouse, right? You'll see this featured in my upcoming drugstore skincare video. This is, you don't need a lot. This is gonna last quite a while. It is in jar packaging, so over time, if you have it for too long, it might affect the efficacy of the ingredients inside. But, you know, if you're working your way through it, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. This has no fragrance, and it's just this kind of balmy moisturizer, and they're calling it a serum moisturizer. My understanding is that the idea of it is it can replace your moisturizer. I've used this as my serum step each night, and when I have the time, I'll still put a regular moisturizer on top. But some nights when I'm just in a rush and I'm like, I've got to get my makeup off and I want to put something on my skin really fast before hitting the sheets, or is it hitting the pillow? What's the phrase? I don't even know. I'll throw this on as my serum and moisturizer in one, and it's absolutely lovely. Every morning when I wake up after having put this on, my skin just looks bright. It just looks bright. And so I just have to attribute it to this. I love it. It's not going to completely break the bank, especially since you can get 2 uses out of it as a serum and moisturizer. I can't sing this thing's praises high enough. Another one from SheaMoisture. I kind of went on a SheaMoisture buying spree the last online Ulta order, and I didn't realize I had until I looked at my order today just to see, like, are all of these products still sold? How much were they? And as I was doing that research, I'm like, whoa, I bought like a lot of SheaMoisture. It's just a brand I like. I stand behind a lot of the things they believe in, and here's a good example. So this is their SheaMoisture Intensive Hydration Hair Mask. So it's got, again, Manuka honey, Mafura oil, African rock fig, and baobab oil. So what I like about this particular line, it's the Community Commerce Fights Poverty. 10% of the sales go to the Community Commerce Initiatives. The smell of this If I could have a candle for the rest of my life right next to me at my desk, the smell of this is the most lovely. I don't even know how to describe it because it's not super sweet. It's not floral. It's not perfumey. It's just like this delicate, light, lovely, calming scent. That's slightly sweet. It's so good. It's so good. But let's talk about the actual product. So the smell is amazing. And every time I use it in the shower, I'm like, oh my gosh. I use this once or twice a week. You actually don't need a lot, which is why, you know, I've been using it the past month, but it hasn't gone down much, which is nice. You don't need a ton, but I just run it through my hair. After I'll use like a more stripping shampoo once a week to get I use a lot of product in my hair, especially when I'm doing it naturally wavy or curly. Once a week, I'll use more of a stripping, cleansing shampoo. And then I will go in with this. This works if you've got curly wavy hair. It works if you have stick straight hair. It is the most lovely, hydrating, repairing mask I've ever used. It's about 13 bucks at Ulta as well. So it's way, way cheaper than that Briogeo one that I also still like. So, another favorite is this ring. I'm doing this because I broke a nail like way too short, like for real broke it. And it really, really hurts. And I can't even get my nails like redone because it hurts so badly. I'm like, it needs to heal before they can like remove the powder dip and redo it. So it just like in a limbo with my hand. So let me take the ring off though. This ring right here is from Target and I recently got it. Well, honestly, I mean, this is a really new favorite. I'm kind of cheating, but whatever. I love it. And I've gotten so many compliments about it at like when I'm out shopping and like reaching in my purse. If you can get the right size, like I got size 7, it's comfortable to wear. I think it's cute, like especially when you pair it with other rings and you like mix metals. I've been really into getting rings like this that aren't really expensive. They're probably not gonna last me very long, but that I can kind of switch them out. I've always liked rings, but I'd kind of stopped wearing them because I was like, well, I really don't know my ring size and blah, blah, blah. So I finally got into them, you know, ones that aren't crazy nice, but they're not turning my finger green. I take them off at night, you know, that kind of thing. I really like it. So I love that one. This other one I love too, but I can't link it because I got it at a random store on clearance. So it's not something I could even find online. My next favorite would be my new running shoes. And I run. However, I'm more of a like run, walk, like I'll run 4 miles, but I will walk every 0.75 miles for like a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I do it. That's the way it's comfortable and enjoyable to me. So I don't try to force it. And that's good advice for anyone, I think, because a lot of people think to be able to run outside, you have to just run. No, run and walk. You're still going to be burning tons of calories, and it's such a great cardio exercise. And really, I kind of think of it as interval training because I'll get my heart rate up and then walk for a minute and then get it back up. So there are benefits to that too. These shoes were crazy expensive. These were an investment. I invest in running shoes, period, because for me, I've had shin splints before. Horribly painful. I have really high arches, so I need good support there. For me to enjoy running, I don't want to be injured, A, but B, you're gonna keep them for a while. My past shoes were from Brooks. They don't even make the line anymore, so I can't link them, and I loved those, but I knew I wanted to get some that were more neutral, that when we travel, if I wanna run, I do sometimes, it's pretty rare. But if we're traveling and I want to be able to run, I wanted to be able to have my running shoes as the only tennis shoes I bring. The problem was I was bringing like black Nikes with me just to be able to like sightsee, but then those weren't my running tennis shoes and they really were not running tennis shoes. So then I would have to bring another pair and so I wanted one that could do both basically. So I found these, and these are the Air Zoom Pegasus 36 Nikes. They're $120. They are not cheap, you guys. And I hesitated to mention them, but I want to share that because if you're someone that's looking to invest, these are so lightweight and yet they're so cushy. Now, I do use inserts. If you have high arches, something to consider. These are, honestly, they're just like Dr. Scholl's ones you get at the store that are kind of pricey. You like stand on the machine and it sees where your heels, but they've lasted me a while. I need to replace mine, honestly. I literally, the first time I put them on a few weeks ago, I told Tyler, I went on a run and came back and said, I was flying. My Brooks shoes were a lot heavier, the ones I had. I've also had Mizuno's and I love those. And frankly, Mizuno's, Brooks, all of those are like running companies. And a lot of runners are kind of snobby about that. And they're like, oh, Nikes, they don't make good running shoes. You got to go with Mizuno's or Brooks or whatever. But honestly, I've had them all and all of them have worked fine. So don't feel like you have to. Anyway, I'm going off on another tangent. So those are all of my favorites for the month. And let me know, what is your favorite product this month? What is something that you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Why isn't everyone talking about it? I want to know. Let me know down below. We'll start a conversation. And other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video.